Hey, I know you feel like you're standing still and everyone else has moved on without you. Like you weren't worth staying for. And now you feel alone. But you're not alone right now. I'm here. And I want to remind you that you're not unlovable. You're not the reason people leave. You're not broken. You're hurting. And that's okay. You deserve some comfort. This pain that you're feeling, it really hurts. And I'm so sorry that you're going through it. You didn't deserve to be left behind. But you're going to get through this. I know you might have started to replay everything, trying to figure out what you did wrong, why they left, why you weren't enough to make them stay. Your mind is spinning with all the ways you must have failed, all the reasons why you're not worthy of being chosen. But that's not the truth. People leaving says something about the situation, about timing, about their own journey, not about your worth. You are worthy of being chosen. You are worthy of people staying, even when they don't. Watching people walk away, it creates a very vulnerable feeling. A fear that we're not enough, that we'll always be alone, that everyone will eventually leave. But you're not alone right now. I'm staying here with you. And you're going to be okay. Even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Maybe you've experienced a friend that stopped reaching out, or a partner who's ended things, or maybe a family member who walked away, someone who was supposed to stay, but they didn't. And now you're sitting with this hollow feeling where they used to be. Or maybe instead, everyone is still technically there, but it feels like they've moved on without you. They have their lives, their plans, their people, and you're on the outside, looking in, watching everyone else connect, while you're left behind. Either way, this feeling hurts. You feel left behind, not important enough, not interesting enough. not worth staying for. You didn't deserve to be left. You deserve people who will stay. You deserve to be chosen. But even when you're not, even when people do leave, you're still worthy. Your value doesn't come from whether people choose to stay. Breathe. You matter. I know you're probably going through all those moments, all the conversations, trying to pinpoint where it went wrong. You're trying to solve a puzzle that might not have an answer. Sometimes people leave, and it's not because you did something wrong. Sometimes it's just life, circumstances, their own stuff, things that have nothing to do with your worth. But when you feel this way, it is so hard to believe that. It's so much easier to believe that it was your fault, that there's something wrong with you, that if you were better or different, they would have stayed. But that's not how it works. You can be amazing and people still leave. You can be kind and loving and people still go. Not because you're not enough, but because life is complicated and people are complicated. And sometimes things just don't work out. You're not the problem. You're not too much or not enough. We are naturally wired for connection. We need people. So when people leave, when we feel abandoned, it triggers a deep fear, a panic, this terrifying feeling that we will be alone forever, that no one will ever stay. But you're safe. People will stay. You're not in any danger. This feeling is very real, very valid, and painful. But you're going to survive it. This feeling is temporary, even if it doesn't feel that way. The intensity will ease. The pain will lessen. It might not be today, but it will eventually. You won't be alone forever. People will come into your life. They will choose you. And they won't leave when things get hard. Just because it hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean that it won't. Your past does not dictate your future. You can be chosen. You can be someone's priority. I know you might be still making excuses for them in your head, that they had their reasons and you shouldn't take this feeling personally. But it's okay to be hurt. It's okay to feel this way, even if they had their reasons. Their reasons might explain their behavior, but they don't remove your pain. You are allowed to hurt, even when you understand why they left. You're allowed to feel betrayed and angry. You don't need to minimize your pain. Don't talk yourself out of being hurt. You don't need to convince yourself that you're being dramatic or needy or too sensitive. Your feelings are valid. Your pain is real. You don't have to forgive them right now. You don't have to understand. And you don't have to be okay with it. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken. You're not unlovable. Sometimes people leave because they're not capable of showing up. They might just have their own wounds and limitations, because they're not in a place where they can be a good friend or partner or family member. Not everyone is meant to stay in your life forever. And that doesn't mean that you failed. It just means that they weren't the right fit. None of that means that there's something wrong with you. You might now be sitting here with a feeling of emptiness that nothing seems to fill. A yearning for connection. And when you feel abandoned, the loneliness is even more intense. But connection will come again. You won't feel so alone forever. Everyone feels lonely sometimes. Everyone has experienced people leaving. And now you might be building walls up, protecting yourself, telling yourself that you won't let anyone come close again, because it hurts so much when they leave. I know you want to protect yourself, but those walls that keep pain out, they also keep connection out. And you do want connection. You don't have to tear down your walls right now. You don't have to be vulnerable right away. You can take your time to heal. But eventually, when you're ready, you'll need to try again. You'll need to risk being left again. And I know that's scary. But the alternative is being isolated forever. And you don't want that. No one does. You deserve another chance at connection. You deserve to find people who will stay. But you have to let them in. It doesn't have to be now, but someday. For now, you can just focus on healing, on surviving this pain. Trust will come back eventually. You are so important. You have so much worth and so much value. You have so much to offer. You're kind, you try hard, you show up. Just because someone didn't appreciate them, it doesn't mean that they're not valuable. The right people will see your worth. They'll recognize what a gift it is to have you in their life. This feeling does not reflect your worth. Try to remember that. Even when it gets hard, it's still true. You're going to be okay. You're going to heal. You're going to find your people. You've got this. You're safe. You're valued. You're not alone. Everything will be okay. You're going to be okay.